Hello everyone and welcome back to the New York Empoleon's, what is this, wild card round, quarterfinal round, playoffs, round 1 of the GBA Season 10. We have made it, and we are facing JV, coach of the Atlanta Victinis, and the overall 3 seed who missed out on the bye by 1 point, and I want him to regret that 1 point. I want to win this match, take JV out of the playoffs, and get my chance at revenge on the Bullet Punch Club, because as you know, the lowest remaining seed faces the highest remaining seed. So if I win this, we know who we're facing next week, and we will put ourselves in a position to win that game as well. I think, though we barely scrounged our way in, I really like my team, and I really like my chances here. So I didn't really do a team builder, so we're going to go over my team real quick. If you don't know my opponent's team, I guess I'll just say it really fast. Tornados T, Zarude, Sandy Shocks, Rapid Strike, Urshifu, Gardevoir, Corviknight, Skeledirge, Komala, Abomasnow, Glimmet, and Dragalge, with Skeledirge being Terra Fairy and Terra Ghost, and Dragalge being Terra Water and Terra Dragon. Now, my team that I'm bringing is a little different from what Addison brought a couple weeks ago. Since she did a 30-minute prep with Jay, I was not actually involved in that prep at all, and I decided to make sure that Jay had the biggest difficulty, I was going to prep this independently of what she built, and just see, what sets I liked and what sets worked, and play with my style, and make Jay have to fully re-prep for this match. The first thing I'm doing is bringing Protean, Choice Specs, Greninja. This thing hits so hard, and Ice type is really good against this roster, and just being an Ice type is so phenomenal. And I just think having this thing be able to click Ice Beam is so nice. Plus, Stab, Specs, Water Shuriken can help me get out of a tough situation against certain mons. Ceruledge with Flash Fire is really good. Gardevoir is something I have to watch out for with Flash Fire, but this shuts down the Skeledirge. Similarly to, it's the exact same moves that Addison had, but a different EV spread. And hopefully that catches Jay a little bit more off guard. But, of course, I just think the moves were the right moves, so it's hard to pick 4 different ones. Choice Scarf. Florges is also coming this week. This is a little bit different than anything Addison would have brought, but we talked about it actually a little bit, and this is so nice in this matchup. It saves me against things like Urshi and Zarude if it's not Choice Scarfed, and Sandy Shocks and other things, just like being able to outspeed and kill them is really nice. Moonblast is incredibly spammable, and all the things that switch into this don't want a Scarf tricked onto them, right? So Corviknight doesn't want a Choice Scarf. Skeledirge actually does not want a Choice Scarf in this matchup. There are some matchups where it might, not this one. Otherwise, I can Baton Pass for momentum, and I've seen this as once I trick the Scarf off, but there's a very good chance I don't want to trick the Scarf off, and it'll actually just be useful throughout the match. Mew is going to be rocking out with a utility set this week. U-Turn, Taunt, Psychic Fangs, and Stealth Rock. Psychic Fangs gets rid of the Abomasnow's Aurora Veil. U-Turn is good for momentum. Taunt shuts down Defog from the Corviknight, as well as Skeledirge trying to use Slack Off, or things like that. And Stealth Rock, I mean, it's Stealth Rock, explains itself. Zapdos is physically defensive this week. Thunderbolt, Roost, Thunderwave, U-Turn. Thunderwave has won me so many battles in the entirety of the season. I just think it's a move that I'm getting higher and higher on in Generation 9. I think Para is just an incredible status. And yeah, we're just going to rock out with that set. Hurricane would be good here, but I'd miss it, so I might as well run something that I'll actually land. And I ran U-Turn over Volt Switch because of Sandy Shocks. It also does more to the Zarude. And last is Overquill. Overquill's going to be rocking out Barbarage, Toxic Spikes, Crunch, and Taunt. This gets rid of T-Spikes set up by Dragalge, or just incentivizes it not to click T-Spikes, which is awesome. It can set up T-Spikes itself, which is awesome. Taunt is, again, really good to stop the Corviknight from defogging those T-Spikes away, since that is a switch into this. Crunch does some damage to Corviknight. Barbarage is really good for basically everything else. That's the team. I'm just going to... That's it. We're just going to jump right into it and not waste any more time. So we are already in the competition, and I will join you all back here once... Well, I'll just tell them I'm searching. And we'll just stick here with y'all, maybe. Maybe I'll join you all back here in a second. I don't know. Alright. Tell my opponent good luck, have fun, and let's see which 6 are coming to this all-important single elimination match. Torn, Sandy Shocks, Dragalge, Zarude, Urshi, and Gardevoir. No Corviknight, no Skeledirge. Really? No Abomasnow, no Corviknight, no Skeledirge. Now, Sandy Shocks is a threat. I am notorious for disparaging it as a real Pokemon when it was first released. But it is definitely actually a thing here that I have to be attentive to, which is annoying. I don't want to have to be attentive to it. But wow, Greninja's good here. Just Protean Specs Ice Beam goes so hard right now. Sandy Shocks could lead. And my potential leads against it aren't actually all that great, except for Greninja. Unless it's Choice Scarf, which I would be surprised to see. So I actually am going to lead Greninja. If it's Zarude that leads, I'm probably going to assume it's Scarfed and switch out into either Overquill or Zapdos. I'll have to decide. Zapdos is a better Urshifu check, because Static is a better Para is better than Poison if I do get that opportunity. Obviously, if it's Punching Glove, can't para it off Static, but Zapdos can live a Punching Glove boosted Surging Strikes, or live 2, so it's a better switch in for it. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's see what the lead is. It's Torn, and we're underway. I don't think this is Choice Scarf Torn. I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's Choice Scarf Torn, and I'm going to click Ice Beam. And they don't have Skeledirge. They don't have an answer to this. This kills a Tornadus just cleanly. I know you let it. I know that's like when you would lead is Choice Scarf, but you weren't predicting a Greninja lead. And the only way it kills me is a Focus Blast. If Scarf locks into Focus Blast, then I guess you got me, but how long you're taking makes me feel like you're not Scarfed and you were not predicting this lead, which is huge. Hershey Rapid is your only resist to this. Let's see, what's Monroe? It's Gardevoir. So you're about to find out that I am Protean. That doesn't matter, you are going to find that out anyway. This very well could be Choice Scarfed. And I don't want to stay in, even if I'm an Ice type. Oops. I don't really care about that. Ice type. Mystical Fire doesn't kill. Unless you're Modest. Modest doesn't kill. You can't kill me. Well, you can Focus Blast. Well, if you Focus Blast, you get me, right? Like, that's where I'm at right now with my Mons. I kind of just want to stay in and make sure that you're Scarfed. I could just go Mew here. It's Physical Mew. And it preserves Greninja for later. I'm just going to go Mew. I think that's a safe play. Scouting for Scarf here. It's just a straight Moonblast, so I actually could have stayed in and killed this. But the special attack doesn't matter, we are Physical Mew. We're just going to show leftovers here. Just get a little bit of HP back. I expect that you are Choice Scarfed. I expect that you're going to switch here. I could just set up Stealth Rock, you have no removal. And then they're just there for the game, and I think that's what I'm going to do. If you go for an attack, that's fine. We'll scout for... I'm not speed invested, so I actually can't guarantee if you're Scarfed right now. So you do Moonblast. I think you're Scarfed. Gets another special attack drop. Rude. Very rude. How much is this doing? That's my question. Like, it's... Can I get a sense of whether you're Modest or not? So you went from 207 to 120. I think you're Modest, and I think you're Modest locked into Moonblast. But Rocks, I don't really... Does damaged Mew gain me anything? Not really. I'm just going to U-turn here. There's another Moonblast. Okay, so Gardevoir kills Mew with Moonblast. I think you're Scarfed. That's a free switch now into Ceruledge, because I just stay as my current type. Or do I Terra Fairy Terra Blast? That would make me weaker to Moonblast, but it's... I mean, It's fine. I'm taking it just fine, and Terra Blast is really big damage. I could also just not... I could just Shadow Sneak and kill. You're not a Psychic type right now, though. I'm just going to Terra Blast. Switches out. Okay. I think it's Scarfed, and I think it's the check to Greninja, which I actually could have stayed and killed it, but... Out comes Urshi. Yep. We're getting back in this game here. That's what we're doing. We're making the plays to get back in this game. We're not just going to let them have this for free. This free switch into Urshi. It's going to live one. Pretty much all Urshis do. But firing off a Terra Fairy Terra Blast is going to do huge damage after the rocks. Put it in range of Shadow Sneak. I'm just going to click it. I'm not even going to think about it. There's no Corviknight. That was just a free play. Shadow Sneak comes out, and Urshi's gone. Ceruledge kills Urshifu with Shadow Sneak. Gardevoir could come back, but then it would be a Psychic type. Out comes Dragalge. Okay. So this is where having Mew would have been nice, but obviously don't and can't think about it too much right now. Terra Blast does good damage to the Dragalge, but then I lose my Ceruledge, and I think Ceruledge is very good here. I could just go into Overquill. I don't think that's my play, though. Draco would kill that on the following turn. With Urshi gone, Zapdos could take the hit for me. Florges doesn't want to take anything here. To be honest, I might just stay in. Yeah, I think I'm just going to stay in and click Terra Blast here. We're going to do 50% or so. If they choose to try to be cheeky and not attack me and go for like T-Spikes expecting a switch or something, then that's fine. They look like they're physically defensive. They're Sludge Bomb, which we tank. They are bulkier. And they're blacks, well, they're leftovers, which indicates that they're probably going to Terra. But they might be Terra Dragon, which is why they didn't want to Terra right there. Wow, knowing that they don't kill me with Sludge Bomb is huge, actually. I could try to preserve this. It's not worth it. I'm just going to Terra Blast here. Yeah, it's not worth preserving. They can't really set up T-Spikes because the Overquill's in the back. If I can get rid of this, then the Overquill just gets T-Spikes up, and those are there to stay. And, like, this thing was solid against this roster, but getting rid of the Urshi was a huge portion of what its value was. Also, checking Skeledirge and Corviknight really well, which are not here. And so I'm happy with this thing getting off really big damage against the Dragalge. And just being able to threaten to allow me to take it out with anything else. Notably, the Greninja, right? That's going to come in here and just get a kill. So, Dragalge kills Ceruledge with Sludge Bomb. But, importantly, Greninja to Dragalge if it Terra Waters. 23 to 27%. That might not actually be enough. Florges to Terra Water with Moonblast is killing. Overquill, Crunch also should kill, but I think I'm just gonna go Florges. And I'm just going to click Moonblast. It looks like it's going to kill whether it tears or not, and that's important because I could go Greninja and lock myself into Extra Sentry, but I really don't want to do that because of the Zarude. And the odds that it goes for a Terra are very high. Sludge Bomb cannot kill me even if it's max special attack, so even if it somehow survives this. But it shouldn't. And even no matter which Terra it is, this should just kill it. It's a neutral attack either way. I'm expecting Terra Water. There it is. Yeah, and I couldn't go into Greninja because of that. But this should take it out from here. And it does. Okay. So, Florges kills Dragalge with Moonblast. Gardevoir could come back in. I don't see that. If Zarude comes in, I might just Moonblast and Scout for Scarf Zarude. There's a chance I kill it after Rocks. Torn. I know nothing about the Tornadus set, but Moonblast 2-hit KOs it, so I might want to just go for that. So it's not Boots. I'm just gonna Moonblast, I think. I think I'm just gonna Moonblast. We'll see how much speed you're running, because this doesn't guarantee outspeed. But are you physical? Are you special? The special doesn't do anything to me. Like, and if you nasty plot, okay, you nasty plot. And I outspeed you, okay? So we now are confirming that I'm Scarfed for you. There's the Sludge Bomb. But now you know I outspeed you. I'm just going to Moonblast again. You're going to have to go into something and take a big hit or lose your Torn. You're seeing that I'm Scarfed. Sandy Shocks. Gets 2-hit KO'd by Moonblast, if that's not... And that's also not killing me with anything. Zarude has a chance to get KO'd. Gardevoir gets KO'd. So I am picking up huge damage on something. Either I'm killing the Torn, which you're just going to let go down here. So Florges kills Tornadus T with Moonblast. Zarude. So Gardevoir could come in, certainly. Moonblast does damage to me, but I also kill you with a Moonblast. Back, because I've already done huge damage with Greninja. So I don't think that's going to be your play. I feel like it's going to be Zarude, but if Zarude's not Scarfed, it could just die. So maybe it's Sandy Shocks to try to chip me down so that I'm in range of guard? The big thing is that Greninja still has Water Shuriken. And a 1v1 versus guard where Greninja gets to Water Shuriken first, it should just kill it. So Zarude's the only thing standing in the way of that. And I'm just staying in against Zarude and scouting if it's Scarfed or not, at this point. So it's Gardevoir that comes out, and it can't kill me with anything. I don't think it's worth me switching. But it would put me in range of Sandy Shocks, but I don't even know if I care about that. I have no switch into this either, at this point. I have things that can take one hit, including this, so I might as well just stay in with it. Psyshock, okay. But you're locked into Psyshock now. You have to be. Because you're Scarfed. And now I've confirmed it because you outsped me. So now I just click Ice Beam with Greninja and kill you. Gardevoir kills Florges with Psyshock. Ice Beam is going to get a kill on any one of your 3 mons, whichever one you want to hand me. It's not Gardevoir. You're going to switch Gardevoir out. But I should live a hit from Gardevoir when it comes back in. Plus, I'm not forced to stay in anyway. And I can always Water Shuriken later. So you have to give me Sandy Shocks, because otherwise you lose your Zarude. It could still be Scarf Zarude, which would be bonkers to me, but the double Scarf would absolutely get me. But I still have both of my answers to Zarude. Very healthy and very, like, able to switch in here. So it's gonna, yeah, you switch out your Gardevoir, you have to. It's Choice Scarf, we know that. Mojo Jojo Zarude. This thing's just dead. Rocks. Ice Beam. Protean. Choice Specs. It's just dead. It's just a dead Zarude. Greninja kills Zarude with Ice Beam. And I'm now pure ice type. Which means Moonblast doesn't kill me. But I don't even need to stay in because I have Water Shuriken. But I could stay in. Do I beat Sandy Shocks with my other mons, though? I don't. I do not. So I just go into Zapdos here. Every time. No sense in sacking Greninja here. Just go into Zapdos. Gardevoir is going to lock itself into Moonblast. Mystical Fire. That's also fine. We're going to get off a slow U-turn here. Kills this, or hits the Sandy Shocks and gets in my Greninja. And Greninja will lock itself into, I don't know, whatever. I literally don't know what to do here. Water Shuriken's not guaranteed to kill the Sandy Shocks, so I probably want to make sure that I lock myself into Surf or Ice Beam, and then switch again. You're going to switch out. I don't think this Sandy Shocks is Scarf, but if it is, then you're going to get me. Then you're going to get me. If this thing is Scarfed, then I will be had. Scarf Sandy Shocks would do it, I think. That doesn't look like Scarf. That sure looks like leftovers. Okay. Let's say you're max HP, max special defense, right? I still kill you with either Surf or Ice Beam. And I think Surf is better, because then Gardevoir won't kill me with any... Although Ice Beam means I'm not weak to Electric in the event that you do survive. So yeah, let's go with Ice Beam. Gone. Sandy Shocks. He is dead. Greninja kills Sandy Shocks with Ice Beam. And then this thing comes in and dies to rocks. Oh, even better. So Gardevoir dies to Stealth Rock from Mew. Mew does not get credited with a kill. It's playoffs. Kill credits do not matter. What does matter is winning the game, and we are now officially advancing to the semifinals to take on the 1-seed Bullet Punch Club, who last time we faced was possibly the worst week of my life in terms of like things going on in real life, and we held them to just 2 points. We scored a point in that week, so we ended up allowing only a 1-point exchange, which I think of all teams, except for the one that beat them, is the best result anyone had against them all season. This is my chance to show them that that was a fluke, and I have a chance to make finals in the GBA this season. I hope you're excited, because we're still out here doing work with this team. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all back here next week. Take care, everybody.